Hollywood, and this is the Sci-Fi Invasion, where I try to get through all 50 movies of this Sci-Fi Invasion box set from Mill Creek in 50 weeks. I'm already struggling because I'm a day late for the second time, but it's still the current week. Saturday's still part of the week, so I'm not too late just yet. Today's movie is called It's Alive, and I know what you're thinking. I know all two of you are thinking, no, it's not the Larry Cohen film of the same name. I wish. No, it's a different movie. An interesting thing about this movie is that, well, it's interesting to me. I actually really wanted this as part of my Midnights on a Drive-In series. I really wanted it. This and Raiders of Atlantis. And in the case of both of these movies, I couldn't get I couldn't get them because they're technically copywritten. So they're the kind of copywritten where no one really cares if you use it, but one day someone might, and they'll sue the hell out of you. And that's why I chose not to use this one for that show, but I do want to do something with it later because it's interesting enough. It's got a lot of potential for comedy. So it's not the Larry Cohen movie. It's different. This one came out in, let me see here. This one came out in 1968. And what made me want to use this movie for Midnights was the fact that it has very particular similarities with other Mystery Science Theater fare, like specifically Manos, the Hands of Fate, and The Creeping Terror. It has long, drawn-out moments of narration over silent footage, just like The Creeping Terror. And then also there is absurdly long shots of over the steering wheel driving. But it is also well made enough that it looks like a real movie. Actually, the print that's on this disc is actually really good. The first time I saw this movie, the print was awful. So it was exciting to see it on this set and in such good presentation. I mean, it's not HD or anything like that, but it's good. So if you're into bad movies, this is one you can give a watch. A lot of these ones I say, oh, watch it with your friends, don't watch it alone. It's not funny when you watch it alone. This is funny on its own. Like if you just throw this on because you're in the mood for like bad movie fare, this is perfect for it. The plot revolves around a couple stumbling across a like, I don't know, it's like a farm that has like giant statues of dinosaurs, and they want to see it, but then they get lost and they team up with some other guy and they're looking how to get back on the main road, and they stumble across this snake charmer. I don't know, he has snakes, and he apparently owns this farm that has the dinosaur statues, and he has a cave underneath his property that he says is full of like interesting dinosaur related things. So they go in there, and the farmer ends up being a crazy person, and he locks them in. He's got like a jail cell like gate, and he locks them in. And there is actually a monster that's in these caves, and it looks so ridiculous. It's got bug eyes. It's a BEM, a big-eyed monster, and it's one of the movies where when you describe it, it sounds like a lot's going on, but really nothing is happening. They just stand in the cave and they talk for a long period of time, but it's almost made for someone to riff it. It's so disappointing I couldn't figure out the rights situation on it, because it feels like it's made to be riffed. And the whole like third act of the movie is a flashback that's completely silent with someone narrating over it. And there's so many like funny moments in it that like in a better movie probably would be scary, but in this movie are hilarious, because the wife of the crazy person ends up, it isn't really his wife, spoiler alert, she's another victim of this guy, and the whole third act is her telling these people her backstory, and it goes on forever. But there's a moment in it where he's like, oh, he's finally going to feed me. And he has like this tray with like the lid, the big silver lid. And he opens it up and it's a little dead mouse. And that could be horrifying in like a real movie. But in this, it got a huge laugh out of me because it was almost like edited for comedy. It's got that beat. It's edited for comedy. This whole movie's like that. So if you're interested in bad movies, definitely give this one a shot. There are a few characters that I basically laid out the whole plot and premise, but the main characters are this husband and wife couple. The husband's a douche. The moment he opens his mouth, you know that he's going to get his comeuppance. The wife, who's just a perpetual victim. The guy they meet along the road, who's I think he's supposed to be like the underdog hero, but he's never really presented that way. It really does seem like the douchebag husband's the main character. It's flawed. And then there's the crazy snake charming farmer guy, and then his victim wife. And that's the main cast. And it's pretty much, aside from the long drawn out sequences of driving, there's only two locations: the farmhouse and the caves. The monster's hilarious looking. It's like if you're going to make a parody of bad movies, this is how your monster would look. But yeah, I feel like that's all I have to say for now. Thank you for watching. I'm Joey Hollywood. Remember, please be kind and rewind.
Thank you.